there.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good, good. How are you?
Good.
I don't want to butcher your name. I'm guessing Acharius?
Acharius.
Acharius. I knew it.
You were close.
50-50 on that.
Yeah, you were close.
We're actually neighbors. I live over here on like 3 houses down.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I love this neighborhood.
Oh, in the springtime, it's amazing. I mean, once the weather's like this, I just love walking around.
And the beach is right there.
I mean,
it's like a 5-minute walk.
It's amazing. Yeah, I take my kid to it all the time, and then like we go to this beach over here, and then we go and get pizza at Rewired, and it's like that's the day. It's so great.
That's a great idea. That sounds like the best agenda.
Yeah, and they've got this new apartment complex ruining the parking. We'll see how that goes.
Yep.
Oh man, do we have room to get through? I don't know how that's gonna go. We'll skip it. Let's see if they're gonna let us out.
Yeah.
I would say the one downside, the one-way streets, if people
Right.
put a moving van in there.
Not the best place for a moving van, maybe, but
right?
also I guess I don't know where else they would go either.
Well, the thing is, what you're supposed to do is talk to the ward, the head of the ward. Oh, and then now they're moving.
Of course.
Right, but you're supposed to talk to that person, and then what is it called? I always forget. Not warden, because that's for a prison, but the
Alderman.
Alderman, you knew it. You got it. So you talk to the alderman. You say, "Hey, we're going to be here. Can we block off this section?" And they'll put the no parking signs.
Okay.
And then you can make room so people can get by. That's what you're supposed to do, not just move in.
That's great to know.
See? Yeah.
I'll do that literally the next time I move.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, once that happens. Yeah. How long do you live here in Edgewater?
Almost a year now.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
I've lived in Chicago for 3 years, but had tech internships and stuff, so I'm pretty familiar with the area and whatnot. But I'm from Indiana. So,
From Indiana. Okay, so not too far.
yeah, but definitely wanted to get out. of
Sure.
it, so
Yeah, well, changes pace, changes scenery.
For
I mean,
sure.
the city life. I know Indiana can be just really quiet. It feels like.
Totally.
I don't know which part of Indiana you're in, but
just white suburbia. So yeah, pretty much as quiet as it gets.
yeah, you're the minority here, which is great.
Right. Exactly.
That's what I love. I mean, like I'm Mexican. I grew up in California.
Yeah.
And it's just extremely diverse. But as soon as you get out of the burbs here in Chicago burbs,
Yep.
where's all the color? Where did it go?
For sure.
Yeah. So as soon as you get out of the city, but here it's just amazing. I mean, there's like Asia on Argyle, the little second Chinatown they've got over here.
Yep.
I grew up with Ethiopian people all over my neighborhood where I grew up, and here we've got 4 Ethiopian restaurants going up to Devon just from here, and then there's 2 Ethiopian stores with like imports and spices and all this stuff, and I'm just like, this feels like home to me. It's
Whatever
amazing.
the one on Broadway is, that mart I've been to a few times. To get some of the spices and
Kulu or something.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know the name because me and my daughter, we play the alphabet game when we take the dog for a walk. So you have to find stuff that starts with letter, and when we get to letter K, we're usually around there. That's the reason I know it. But yeah, so yeah, this part, beach right here, it's amazing. Like, it's so local. Like, it's never packed. There's never a ton of people.
Yeah.
And you can walk out. You can walk out to the side there. It's just great.
It's like one of my favorite lunch spots in the summer.
Exactly. Is that this thing?
Oh.
Finding my device. Oh, I must accidentally hit it on my watch. That's so funny.
Just checking to make sure it wasn't me. I did somehow connect to Bluetooth or something.
Yeah, no. So if this thing has a Find My Phone, I've been accidentally hitting the buttons. I had a friend over, and we were in some activities where like I hit the watch and it just full on dialed 911 for me. In the middle, I was like, oh my God, really?
Yeah, that's not a great design.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that easy.
It should not be that easy.
No. Oh my gosh, yeah. Fortunately, nobody showed up. It was like 3 a.m. It would have just been bad, all bad.
Yeah.
So you work in tech?
Yeah, I'm a user experience designer.
Ah, UI designer. Very cool. Okay, so do you design for like various applications or software? Nice.
Yep. I actually just started a new job about a month and a half ago and went from healthcare to event and touring. So our software is for like tour managers and people who have book tours or primarily musicians, but
Sure.
want to support the ecosystem as much as we can.
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah.
So they made an app for that. They made an application to say, this is how to manage it. Here's your different stops. Here's where you're going to be going. This is the dates.
You got it.
And then what's the timeline going to be in between that?
Yeah,
Very
pulling
cool.
from like Google Flights APIs and all that
Okay.
kind of stuff,
Oh,
and
nice.
hotel addresses, just so everyone can be on board.
Oh,
and I
that's
love live
cool.
events and music in general.
Sure.
So, as much as I really liked making a difference in healthcare and like our platform, our competition at my last job was literally the fax machine.
Oh, gosh.
So, it really felt like any improvement that we were making, so long as I wasn't making the user's experience actively worse,
Right.
was a better step.
That is one of the nice things about the tech field as far as healthcare. It hasn't done much in a very long time other than Epic
Yeah.
being rolled out for so many people.
Right.
There's really not. And then they started doing stuff with like electronic medical records. But that, again, has only been 5 years, 7 years now. It's...
Yep, and we had to have APIs and everything to integrate with those properly to
Sure.
get all that data. And different ones had customized instances of like Brightree and stuff like that. So
that's
it was
interesting.
insane, the amount of technical knowledge and knowledge even about insurance that I needed to even start designing my first screen.
Oh, no.
So, not to say that tours aren't complex, they definitely are.
For
There's
sure.
a lot of moving parts, but the cognitive load of even getting started at my job was
Right.
way less. So,
Yeah, and I imagine because a lot of the footwork has already been done in digitizing that space in the first place. Yeah.
Yep, because it was an industry more rife or able to change.
Okay.
Because it was like, sheet books before that, in advancing through like physical spreadsheets.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
basically the moment you left for tour, it was out of date.
Okay.
Just depending on where you went and whatnot. I mean, obviously tours have been going on for a long time, so
Right.
it worked, but yeah. It's been really cool. Everyone that I work with is like weird artist Chicagoans and stuff. So like many of them, including our CEO, have been in like formal bands and
cool.
toured for a long time and stuff.
Oh, that's awesome. And they just happen to say, hey, this is a thing that we've noticed a niche and a need. We can do something with it. And then...
First tour it was used on was a Smashing Pumpkins tour. Yep.
Oh, that's awesome. Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, and they're a local band too, the Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah, for sure. That's how like the guys in the office know them and
Yeah.
stuff. And that part's really weird. My CEO is on like a first name basis with like so many artists I really respect,
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, like, their tour manager, not the artist itself, always uses the platform and whatnot.
Oh, wow.
Mostly the tour manager, but
Yeah.
they know of us, they know the brand, all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
So
They just know this is how we get it done. It's going to go into here, and if we need any info, go to the app and get it. Go to this software and get it.
Yeah.
I know to call it like an app, like it's a phone app, but I'm guessing it's an application like a desktop based or web based or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. It's a desktop app, and then the mobile companion app is mostly for like crew members for the day.
Yeah, just in
and the
case
artists
you're-
themselves can actually like use it and see where they're going and put their set list in and that kind of stuff.
Nice,
But, yeah,
nice.
the more managey type stuff is on
Sure.
the desktop, and
then,
I think one of the interesting things too, coming on board and working in like the interface designs that I've had before, is that they actually want something that's a little bit more counterculture. I'm used to designing interfaces that are like pretty minimal, pretty clean.
Sure. Right. Very sparse, using the same type of colors, the light gray and the teal blue, and yeah.
Yeah, it's like the 10, 30, 60 rule or whatever. That doesn't add up to 100, but
Right.
it shows how much I follow those conventions.
No, I think 10, 30, 60, that does. You're good.
Yeah. Of using like the primary or accent color and whatnot,
Yeah.
only 10% of the time, but
Sure.
they want stuff that's like pushing the boundaries of what I know how to design. So that's
fun.
really fun, honestly.
Yeah, because you're
like,
going to have artists and artist adjacent people looking
Right.
at it, so you're going to want them to be intrigued by it. So.
Yeah, I'm like going back to, Guitar Hero interfaces
cool.
and Rock Band and just like pulling it for inspiration from that,
This icon should be on fire. This icon should be on fire.
Yes.
Oh, that's great. That's very cool. So how long have you been working in like UI design then? Or UX?
Almost 4 years now.
Okay. So 4
and I
years.
went to grad school for it. So
Nice. Okay.
in Indiana. I just lucked out that I got to go to a program that was in-state and good.
Nice. Hey, that's fortunate. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still got the student loans, but
Yeah.
a lot of us do. So, and for my career trajectory long term, I think it was totally worth it.
Oh,
So,
for sure. Yeah,
yeah.
working in tech is one of the only justifiable times to get a student loan or medical field. You're
Yeah.
going to pay it down. And it's going to be okay, and you're not going to be saddled with it to such a hard degree just because you're going to be making enough working in technology. So, do you do? I guess is it programming? Are you like?
I actually can,
Yeah.
but I don't generally. It's
Oh.
not as much as the part that I enjoy, but
Okay.
yeah, even for my major in undergrad, we had to take Python classes, and
Sure.
HTML and CSS are just markup languages, not actual code, but
Right.
supplementing that with JavaScript animations and that kind of stuff, all stuff that I could do, and custom coded my own portfolio like when I was in grad school to kind of show that I knew a little bit more about than maybe your average designer at definitely my age or seniority about how to design a website or how to build experiences.
Sure.
So that's been valuable, but I like the ability to just not even think about it and say, hey, can we build this?
Yeah.
No, it needs to be modified like this. All right, cool. And
Yeah.
then just hand it off to somebody else.
The developers will say, okay, we have your idea, we know what to do, we'll put everything in place on the back end to get it to work correctly. Is there going to be a push to make this something available on the cloud, make it something available on the web?
Yeah, I have been having conversations about that because one of the people one of the highest voted things of like feature requests in our little feature request module is for iPad OS actually,
okay.
because
Sure.
it's just the mobile app landscape, but like a native iPad OS, and then on that thread too is people asking for it as a web app. And
Sure.
the reason it's not designed that way right now is because you can use it offline at any time on the mobile or desktop app, so
Right.
that it syncs it when you get back to
Sure.
any kind of cell service or internet connection and stuff.
Right.
But I think there are ways to still mitigate that and use it in a browser potentially,
Sure.
or just offer it as a web app for the people who want to use it even when they're just sitting there. So
Yeah.
just like tools like Notion or stuff like that do.
Yeah. So yeah, but then now I'm thinking like, okay, what if Taylor Swift had something like this going and it was a web-based app? Then somebody who could hack it would be able to say, here's all the tour dates, here's the hotel she's going to be staying at, here's if she's got a spa day built in or something like that. All
That is true.
That's just right there, right for the taking. So that's very, that would require a high level of security.
For sure.
Yeah. So just throwing it out there, I'm a cloud infrastructure engineer. And
Oh,
security
cool.
engineer. So
Yeah.
if you need somebody,
Yeah, for sure. I haven't even been, it's so different than any other company that I've worked at where I had one meeting my first week and that was it.
Oh, that's
They just
amazing.
it's super great. They just let me to my vices and just kind of let me learn the platform
Sure.
myself and whatnot. Gave me some guidance and stuff, but like I don't know who's in charge of hiring. I don't know what roles are open. Like we don't have any of that kind of stuff consolidated. And I actually came on as the sole experience designer.
Oh, nice. Wow.
Yeah, so they haven't had one, and I don't want to say it shows because it's actually not that bad, but definitely some room for improvement, right? And like I am looped into the marketing department,
Okay.
which I just don't agree with. Like I should be my own department, even if it's a department of one, because
Sure.
I think I will eventually have designers under me. So that kind of stuff where have to also influence like some cultural shift being a designer and bringing that to the table. Sounds like, some room for improvement between like what marketing wants and what the handoff to development looks like.
Sure.
Always room for improvement for that. So I'm kind of like, hopefully the bridge of that. But yeah,
I imagine as the company starts to grow, there will be more divisions, and
right.
silos.
We
into it.
are 20 right
Yeah,
now,
yes.
so really small.
Right. So, yeah. So much on development, and then you've got your marketing and your admin and your HR and your finance people. That's half the company right there. So yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Totally been there. That's very cool. That's so interesting. Yeah, I never would have thought of something like that, but that is a really unique and a great space for it. Because yeah, people go on tour all the time, and it is exactly that. It's notebooks and Excel spreadsheets at best.
Yep.
So you're creating something that's a lot better for that. That's really cool. So who are some of your favorite artists then?
Porter Robinson.
Okay.
As of last year, he's an EDM guy, but I appreciate his musicality in that he sings and plays piano on stage and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, nice. Okay.
The guy that I just went to go see for a whirlwind trip in New York City, kind of celebrating that I got this job in the event and touring space. His name is Madion.
Okay.
Similar stuff, but I grew up listening to basically alt rock and indie rock and stuff, and my mom's favorite band was No Doubt. So she was more pop and more alternative, and my dad was more quite literally dad rock. Like his favorite band is the Foo Fighters. I've seen the Foo Fighters concert 4 times. I love them.
Sure.
Absolutely love them. So
that's great. Yeah, and obviously, really great music. Foo Fighters are absolutely great. Obviously, I grew up with Nirvana and No Doubt. So
oh, for sure.
I just love that. I'm probably as old as your parents. I'm just like, shit, dad rock, thanks.
Yeah. They're on the younger side though. Like my mom had my older brother when she was 19. So.
Oh, okay, nice. Well, that's cool. So they're still youngish then.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah, my dad doesn't even really have white hair or anything yet. So.
I've got a ton. I got mine when I had my first kid, so that's.
For me, I don't even have the chance to go gray. It's just I go. It's like I'll get patches of white, and I'll have a weird ginger and white thing going on, and then just like probably over the course of a year, I'll just go pure white. So.
Oh, that's interesting. It's just gonna go straight to it.
Yeah. And I'll be ready for it, honestly, when it happens. I'm not afraid of aging.
Yeah, I'm not fighting it. I'm just gonna let it do what it's gonna do.
It's gonna do it anyway. You know? So
right, exactly.
Just float down the river.
Yeah, I'm not even that old. I'm only 29, and like, look at all this gray hair.
Yeah.
I feel like people are getting grays younger nowadays. I don't know what
true.
it is. Yeah,
it's true. I don't know. Might be like the intergenerational trauma, like all aging us up fast and
That's
stuff.
honestly what I think it is. I'm trying to find the joke in there, but because it's like our parents and my parents from the, I was born in the 80s, but like my parents like smoked, they ate trash, they ate TV dinners.
Double it and give it to the next person.
Right,
like,
yeah.
So it's part of why I moved to Chicago, to be a little bit away from Indiana.
Sure.
And, just be in an environment that's more diverse, honestly. It's something that I very much value. And man, was it not in Noblesville, Indiana.
Okay, yeah, Noblesville, yeah, no, for sure, that's exactly it. You could, it's so close to it, but it's so far. It's like Indiana might as well be another country.
Yeah, it really thinks it's in the South.
Yeah.
What about you? What are some of your favorite artists?
Oh gosh, what are some of my favorite artists? It really depends. I'm so diverse with music because I'm a musician. I love to find new stuff.
What do you play?
I'm a percussionist. I play drums. Like
so do I.
That's the thing I love. Oh, that's so cool.
And I actually learned from Rock Band. That's the only
so
one
fun.
that even slightly transfers.
Yes, they didn't.
That's
really
how
did.
I started.
It totally did. It really like the snare was correct. The bass was correct.
The only thing that was missing initially was either double bass pedal or hi-hat pedal, and they
Yes.
added those in over time.
Yes.
And then they had the cymbals that they added in. So I actually still have that E kit for Rock Band.
Oh, that's so cool.
I graduated a bit and actually played on a real kit and stuff. So
nice. Yeah. See, and I had an acoustic kit. I just gave it away.
Yeah.
And I want to get an electric kit, but they're like, for a decent one, they're like, it's not cheap. So
not cheap at all. The one that I got is for Rock Band only. Like I can plug it into my computer, but there's so much delay.
Yeah.
Like I even have this special software to even get it to plug in my computer. It's just too old.
Too old. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not really in a position right now to drop like $7,000 on a nice roll-in
Exactly. That's who I'm looking at, and that's exactly it. Even the cheapest roll-in, I'm just like, I'm gonna take out another job, man. Jeez,
for real.
I'm not gonna work, sell a kidney for it or something.
Anybody need a kidney?
Anybody want? Yeah.
Who are some of your favorite artists?
So sure, for stuff that I really like, I'll say some of my top favorites are going to be Coheed and Cambria.
No way.
Right? Yeah. The Mars
I love
Volta. Yeah. They're phenomenal. Just super talented. I love when the music tells a story, and all those albums tell like a big story, which I really love.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing for the Mars Volta. Thomas Pridgen, just an amazing drummer, super talented. Every album tells a story usually, so like I just really love that. For where like grindcore, metalcore, I love like Norma Jean. I like screamo, so I like Seosin, Circus Survive.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. La Quiete.
I've seen Circus Survive before in
Really?
concert. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so like I like them. They're a little more emo-y than
Yeah.
screamo, but they're still good. I really like their stuff. So I got into a bunch of that, and then I love like different types of hip hop, like underground hip hop, or just kind of stuff that might be a little more popular. I just kind of jump into it. So I like that. I like indie music if I'm going for like a long ride. It's like Iron and Wine from like way back when.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cab for Cutie was
Death
the
Cab,
first
so good.
band I listened to their entire discography.
Oh,
like
whoa.
that was when I am dating myself, but I've only actually ever owned 2 Apple products, this iPhone being my second one, but my first one was an iPod Classic.
Oh,
and
wow.
that's when I was like, okay, it's time to I have like something I can listen to way more music on. So
Sure.
it wasn't just like random YouTube videos of like meme songs from that era.
Right.
I was like delving into my musical taste, and man, that was a hard one to start with because Benjamin Gibbard and Chris Walla are fantastic songwriters.
And they have so much stuff. Did you ever listen to
Yeah.
like the Postal Service?
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
right?
I'm sad that I didn't get a chance to see them on this tour of the Transatlanticism and
Oh,
Give
man.
Up like tour that
way
they're
back
doing.
when- yeah.
But
Are they doing a new tour? Like they're retouring that stuff?
they're doing the
What?
20th anniversary tour for
Oh.
both the albums, and they're playing both of them for that tour.
I feel so old. Okay.
Yeah.
20th anniversary. Yep. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Yep.
My birthday's on Sunday. So,
Oh, congrats.
yeah,
Nice.
I'm like, it's just hit me right in the beat.
For sure.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I think I was in my 20s when that stuff came, or like late teens, about to be 20.
Yeah.
Just driving around LA and listening to that stuff. And yeah, that's been about 20 years since that, man. That's wild, man.
I got to see them, the concert before Chris Walla's last
Gotcha.
with Death Cab. So that was
Okay.
a very full circle moment. And I actually realized how much of Death Cab's music I like that is not their pop stuff or like their singles. I was like,
yeah.
actually, I mean, it was a fantastic concert, don't get me wrong, but
Sure.
I was reminded a little bit of I'm underwhelmed by some of their singles and actually like more of the deeper cuts and stuff.
Absolutely, yeah. And there's I mean, what they put like 14 albums out, and there's like maybe
Who
people know
knows?
like 2 or something like that.
I haven't kept up with them
Yeah.
quite that much.
Yeah, because
but-
Gibbard still keeps going. He's still
For
doing
sure.
a ton of stuff. He's like with the Decemberists, right? That guy Tarkio, same thing. If
Yeah.
you've listened to him, he's got like 8 different like bands, and each one of them has like 4 or 5 different albums. Like it's insane,
Right.
how some people put out. Like they're just so prolific. But I love that. Yeah, I'm always looking for new music, always looking for new stuff to check out. Just because I'm doing this, so like
Have you heard? Do you follow K Tronada?
no.
He is like a hip hop producer from Canada. He has some really good stuff. It's very vibey, very bouncy, like almost
I think
slow
I've heard
house.
of one song. Yeah, I've heard of one
but
song.
he just released an entire album in collaboration with Amine. If
Oh,
you know
okay,
that
I
name.
know Amine. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Okay.
so they called it K Tramine.
Okay, K
And,
Tramine, okay.
I love it. It's like
Cool.
super up my alley. So that
Oh,
would be
cool.
my new music recommendation for the day.
Nice. Yeah, I got into Amine from, there's this great YouTube channel called Colors, where they just have like a color themed background.
Yeah,
and they have
yeah,
people do
yeah,
yeah. And
yeah.
so Amine had something on that, and I was just like, this sounds so good. Like, I'm gonna have to check it out. So now I'm gonna have to check out, and that person you mentioned, Katram, I forget the name, but I have one like vibey, like dancey song from his that I really like.
Yeah.
I have like all the music that I have playing is all like catered stuff that I like, that I put on here that just doesn't say the F word. So
Right, yeah.
so he's on here, and then Amine's also on this playlist that I have, and just adding stuff to it from there. So I'm gonna check those 2 out for sure. So that's awesome. You know, it's funny. I was just here this afternoon. I have a physical therapist that's over here on the next street up, Wabash. There it is. And so I go there. I get like deep tissue, brutal massage, and then chiropractic, and then I go to the Portillo's that's over here in Ontario.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's like every Thursday. It's great.
Thanks for telling me that's where that is, because I think after I meet up with my friend for a little bit and have tea, I'm gonna go there.
Tea, yeah. Just got Portillo's, man.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
I'll convince him to go.
Right. See, they start in summer. They do the lemon cake shake as opposed to the chocolate cake shake.
Oh, okay.
So it's lemon cake and a strawberry shake, and it's so good.
right here's good. Yeah, I can
Alright.
just get out.
Sure, no problem. It was great chatting,
Yeah,
man.
great chatting with
Yeah,
you.
This was awesome.
Happy that you're my neighbor. It's
yeah.
great to meet you.
Well, I'll see you around probably. Have
See
a
you
good one,
around,
man.
definitely.